All right, so how many of you guys celebrate Easter? Anybody? Easter? How many people got an Easter basket? Anybody? Y'all, I got
clearance candy.
I got my first Easter basket in, I'm going to say, 20 years on Sunday, and it was awesome. It had Sour Patch, it had 2 different kinds of Sour Patch. It had the extremes, and it had the tropical in it, which was amazing. It had Kit Kats, it had Hershey's cookies and cream. Y'all should take notes. It had peanuts in it, and because I'm trying to get healthy, it had like 2 of the little clementines in it. It was great. I ate everything. It was awesome. Easter is one of those times where people come from all over the place. They're like, hey, I'm going to go to church, I'm going to get dressed up really nice. I'm going to brush my teeth the first time, I'm going to shower, thank the Lord, put deodorant on. And they show up to church because they want to answer a question that we get asked all the time. I don't know if this is one or not.
I hope so.
I just used it. There you go. This question that people sometimes struggle answering is like, how do you know that Jesus really was raised from death and knew stuff like that? How do you know that? And hopefully when somebody shows up on Easter Sunday, that a pastor shares with them, here's how we know that our Lord and Savior is risen. And it's not just a story of here's how my life has changed, which I tell you right now. Sharing how your life has changed and how God came and impacted your life is huge. And hopefully they also shared about, okay, here are all the accounts, the hundreds of accounts where people said, hey, you know what, I got to talk to this Jesus after he was publicly crucified and then put in the tomb. That doesn't happen every day. This is weird. There's a lot of evidence that shows that, okay, hey, how do you know that Jesus is real? Well, here's how we know. But have you ever been asked this question in your life, like, how do you know? And I hope every single person has, because there's got to be something somebody's inquisitive about in your life. And sometimes it's simple questions like, how do you know that you shouldn't touch a hot stove? Or you just touch it one time. Just touch it like this and see what happens. And you'll know. Like I know. How many of y'all know what a hot comb is? Anybody a hot comb? Okay. There's a guy raising his hand. That's weird. Hot comb is an old school version of a curling iron. How do I know this? Because I accidentally touched one. I was trying to kill a bug for my grandmother, and I reached in, and I didn't know what this thing was, and it hit me. I've still got a scar on my hand from it. You don't touch hot stuff, because it burns you, and if it doesn't burn you, you're Superman or Wonder Woman. So there are other questions we ask ourselves, somebody asks us, is like, how do you know? And sometimes it's like really simple stuff like this, and sometimes it's more a Floridian, hopefully a Floridian, knows how to answer this question. Like, how do you know you shouldn't play with wild alligators? 3 words. Missing body parts. That's how you know. All you have to tell them is, look, don't touch the alligator. Why shouldn't I? Missing body parts. Actually, don't Google it now, but Google it. Hey, I played with an alligator, see what happens. It doesn't work out well for you, right? Then we have more complicated questions, like one that's still debated today, which I don't really know why it's still debated, but some people are really holding on. They're really, really holding on. Like, how do you know the earth isn't flat? Like, how do you, really, right? People are still videos. There's still videos about this a lot, bro. Like, look, it's a dome. Maybe I don't want to deal with that, but yes, a lot of people, for some reason, still struggle with the idea that the earth is not flat. Because in their minds, if they can't see it, the curvature, then it doesn't exist. It's like, if I can't see air, then I'm not breathing it in. Okay. And then we go to more complicated questions, right? Like, more serious and complicated. Well, maybe serious. We'll see. How do you know when you found the one? Like the dream, the one. I don't know about y'all, but I've asked people this question before. Like, how do you know that, okay, how do you know you love this person? I know, love is patient, love is kind. Forget all that stuff. That's Jesus. This is Jesus plus. I get the Jesus part, I don't get the plus part. Just being honest with you. How do you know that this person is the one? Because like, I don't get butterflies, I'm not really a nervous person. I don't start stuttering unless, I don't know, I'm coughing and choking like I did that one Wednesday night. And then it's just, somebody brings me someone's used Gatorade, and it's a bad situation for everybody. But how do you know that it's like, hey, this is the one for me? That's a question that honestly plagues some of the greatest minds. They'll get asked that question and they pause. Because there are billions of people on the planet, and every single person has a different perspective as to what they call attractive or unattractive. Some of y'all, strange people, consider it attractive when somebody chews with their mouth open. I find that to be disgusting. Some people aren't bothered when somebody bites a fork or spoon when they put food in their mouth. You have lips for a reason. For a reason. Silence. You're not a bird. Some of y'all are bothered by that. Some of us, they're like, look, Jesus, give me strength because I just want to smite this person. I'm about to start, don't worry. But it is an important question to ask ourselves. And I'm going to be honest with you, how do you know when you found the one? No idea. I'm not God. But I don't know all things. I don't know. But I can tell you some things as we go through this passage. Why are you so happy? You're right, I don't know. I acknowledge that. I'm comfortable with saying I don't know everything, okay? Some people aren't comfortable with that. I don't know it all. And if I did, I'd be terrified. Anyway, how do you know you found the one? Well, we're going to read through a new series called the Song of Solomon. You might have heard Song of Songs, depending on which translation you read. And it's 7 chapters. It's super romantic. And if you read through some of it, you're just kind of like, did they really say that in the Bible? Yes, they really did. You didn't read it wrong. It's really there. But it's a cool story because it talks about a young man, a young woman, and then her friends that came in, and they're just dialoguing back and forth, and evidently these people are betrothed, which means they're engaged in a long-term engagement, so they're like, look, I really like you, I really like you, oh, isn't he amazing, isn't she beautiful? They're in that phase right there, but it's not like, hey, wedding night, so we're not at the wedding night yet. Over the next 4 weeks, we're just going to dialogue, we're going to talk about these things. It's going to be great. Because I'm not married, though, I'm not going to preach all these things. I'm only going to preach 2 of them. We've got a guy who's our associate student pastor who's going to preach the other 2. Yeah, because he's married. And he can answer questions that y'all have. So think of those questions that are really difficult, really hard. Be prepared. Not next week, because I'm still preaching. Be nice. The week after that, let loose. Let loose. We'll be there. So if you have your Bibles, go ahead and turn to Song of Songs or Song of Solomon, however your Bible says it. I don't know if there's any other way it's said. Verse 1, and it's going to be a great time. Just letting you guys know right now. We're going to have a marvelous time. So verse 1 says, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. For your love is better than wine. Your anointing oils are fragrant. He smells good. He bathed. Put deodorant on. Just drop it in. Your name is oil poured out. Therefore, virgins love you. Draw me after you. Let us run. The king has brought me into his chambers. What's going on here? Lots. Let's talk about this. Actually, we go back to, you can read it. Go back to. I think we're going back to. I don't know. Go back to the beginning of verse 1 and 1 through 3. Cool. That's right there. Awesome. All right. So it says, let him kiss me with kisses of his mouth. Why would you say mouth? Because back in that time, you would get kissed on the nose. It was like a little endearing, like, oh, we kiss on the cheek or the forehead. Those kind of stuff, people do that. It's a kiss on the nose. And she's like, look, I'm tired of this kiss on the nose. I like you. You like me. I want you to kiss me on the mouth right here. So that's what she said. She also says, hey, by the way, your love is better than wine. Like, you know the feeling? Well, you guys don't know the feeling. But the idea of, hey, you know what? Wine makes you feel looser. You're like, I can be myself. I can be free. They're dying up here. But the freedom that alcohol gives me, it's like, you know what? I feel like I can be myself around you. Take note of that. You want to have somebody in your life who actually lets you feel like you can be you. You can be real. And if that person can't let you be you, can't be real, don't waste your time with them. But anyway, I'm not done preaching yet. Hang on. And then it says, okay, you know what? Your anointing oil is fragrant. Look, it smells good. It's quick. It's easy. Shower. But your name is oil poured out. What's going on here? He's got a good reputation. What you're saying is, hey, you know what? Word on the street is you're actually not a bad guy. People who observed your character, what we've seen, what I've seen as well is, you know what? You're somebody that wanted my family. We read on though. Anyway, I need you to go to the next verses, please. Can you go over? Thanks. All right. We will exalt and rejoice in you. We will extol your love more than wine. Rightly do they love you. And then this is the woman speaking. She says, I am very dark, but lovely. O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Solomon. Do not gaze at me because I am dark, because the sun has looked upon me. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me keeper of the vineyards. But my own vineyard I have not kept. Tell me, you whom my soul loves, where you pasture your flock, where you make it lie down at noon, for why should I be like one who veils herself beside the flocks of your companions? And what she's saying here is, hey, you know what? I'm not just drawn to you sexually, I love everything about you. My soul is drawn to who you are, the person of who you are. And hey, let's go and hang out together. Let's go rest together. During the hottest part of the day, noon, people will be in the shade. And she says, look, I don't want to be dressed like the prostitutes, those are the ones who veil themselves. I don't want people thinking I'm some loosey-goosey woman trying to flock out and trying to run after you, trying to flaunt myself. No, I want them to understand that I am somebody special to you. So where do you keep your pasture? Where do you keep your animals? Because I want to meet you there. I just want to dialogue. I just want to hang out. I want to get to know you. I want to spend time together, quality time. It's a beautiful thing. We read on. So he responds. If you do not know, oh, most beautiful among women, guys, throw compliments out there. Just randomly. Because you never know when you're going to mess up. Anyway. All most beautiful among women, follow in the tracks of the flock and pasture your young goats beside the shepherd's tent. I compare you, my love, to a mare among Pharaoh's chariots. Your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with strings of jewels. Well, it might seem like he just called her a horse. He did not. Solomon is used to the finest things in life. And one of the finest things you could find. Have you ever, anybody, like horse racing fans in here? Anybody? Equestrian people out here? So some horses are ridiculously expensive. Especially when they're purebred and they're bred for certain purposes. Pharaoh was known for having these amazing, beautiful, luxurious horses that the king used. And was only royalty, because only royalty could afford them. So what Solomon is saying is, hey, I'm used to the nicest of stuff, and everybody's seen my mares that are pulling my chariots, and everyone's like, wow, look at those horses, they're so beautiful. I think you're more beautiful than they are. I find you, right? He's just getting started. It's like, I find you more valuable than these horses right here. They don't compare to you. It's like, even though you say, look, I was outside, and I'm working in the fields because my brothers say, you know what, we don't like you as much, go out and go do work. Yeah, that's why she says I'm dark, by the way. She's tan, maybe burnt, I don't know. She says, don't look at me, I'm really dark. Not because I'm naturally dark, but because I've been out in the sun all the time. Because I've been out in the sun, taking care of everybody else's stuff, my hair looks a little nappy, my skin might be a little bit dry, I'm a little ashy on my knees. Like, I don't look like the best. And what Solomon says is, oh, beautiful maiden, don't you know that you're beautiful in all these things? Like, ladies, you want a man that sees you in your days with no makeup, hair is however it might be, blessed in different ways, and says, wow, you are beautiful. And guys, you want to be men who look past simply what you might perceive as beauty and understand the heart of the woman that you're getting to know. Now, you want to see what's on the outside, that's important, but it doesn't last. And so what Solomon says, yeah, I get it. You're out there, you're dark and that kind of stuff. You might be a little sunburned, you might be a little sun-kissed. But I think attractive. He doesn't say attractive though. He says other things. We'll continue reading. We will make for you ornaments of gold strung with silver. While the king was on his couch, my nard gave forth its fragrance. My beloved is to me a sachet of myrrh that lies between my breasts. My beloved is to me a cluster of henna blossoms in the vineyards of Engedi. Yeah, she likes him. Behold, you are beautiful, my love. Behold, you are beautiful. Your eyes are doves. She's saying, you're precious to me. The things that I keep closest to me, the things that I feel like make me smell beautiful, look beautiful. Ladies, when you put on that right outfit, you put the hair on, maybe where you have your hair on, put the eyebrows in, take care of the lips and everything, put on the right outfit, and everything is just past the nice. And you say, I look so good, Jesus might come back. In that moment, what she's saying is, you, my love, make me feel more beautiful than any of these things. Your presence makes me feel more loved, more cherished, more beautiful than any of these things that I pursue. And he says, yeah, you are good looking. You are awesome. Let's continue on. As the lily among brambles, so is my love among the young women. So that's the guy speaking. And I'm going to go back to that, by the way, just to let you know. As an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. With great delight I sat in his shadow, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. Go back to the next verse to the guy speaking. He says, hey, you know what? You are a beautiful flower to me. Like every other woman, they're thorns. I look at them like, they're all right. They're okay. And what does she say? Let's go to the next one. It's like, oh, hey, you know what? Everybody else has stuff to offer because what do trees offer? Nourishment, right? Wood, leaves, shade, all that kind of stuff. But you're sweet. You're something more than any of these other guys. You stand out. Like there's a forest of men. There's a lot of guys who are trying to get my number. But you Something about you made you say, interesting. Hopefully she's not stroking the beard, but if you want that coming in, whatever it might be. Let's go to the next one. What they're saying is, you stand out to me. And one thing I want you to understand is, I can't answer who the perfect person is for you, but I can tell you that that person should stand out to you. Not somebody who stood out at one point, like, oh wow, like this guy, I tell you what, like, he was amazing. He was. Well, what changed? Like I tell you what, like she was the most amazing woman I've ever met. Like she was beautiful and she was on fire for God. And she's like, wow, she was. Why is it past tense? The person that draws your heart should be somebody who consistently stands out to you. Somebody you look at and you say, you know what, I don't deserve you. You're beyond what I know I am capable of achieving. But I want to ask a question. And it should be the next one is, what stands out to me and the type of person I'm drawn to? Because for them, it wasn't just the physical appearance. Yes, they talked about the physical appearance. But she said, my soul loves you. She said, your name is a good name. Your reputation is a good reputation. He said, you know what? You're better than these amazing horses I have. Solomon was a trillionaire. 1,000 wives. Well, 700 major wives and then 300 concubines, but still. When you have all those assets, you're not fooled by someone's outer appearance. No matter how much makeup, how much get-up she might have, it's not going to fool you. Remember, he asked God, when God said, if you could have anything in the world, what would you want? He said, for wisdom to guide your people. Discernment to guide your people. Solomon was a very shrewd man. And yet in his shrewd mindset, he looks at this woman and says, there's something special about you. So what is it for us, what is it for me, that stands out in the person I'm drawn to? Is it somebody who's tall, somebody who's short, somebody who's skinny, somebody who's big? Like, what is it? Because there are things that I notice. My girlfriend's not here, so I can tell her. It's recorded. Maybe. Maybe we'll lose the film. Before I even spoke to her, months before I spoke to her, I noticed her. Why? She's good looking. She's a really good looking young lady. I'm starting to stutter. Uh-oh. She's a really good looking young lady in my eyes. But not just that. I saw her and I was like, okay, this girl can play volleyball. Like I never considered pursuing somebody who was a really good athlete. I was like, okay, ideas, God, this is interesting. Like, we can have a power couple. These kids could be awesome. And this is really cool. I started thinking about things. I haven't spoken to her yet. But then I told myself, but she's just a girl. No. Here, listen to this. Understand this. You can be drawn to somebody and say, wow, you look really good. Wow, you have some of the character traits that I want in somebody I want to marry. But that's not enough. There are a lot of young men or young women, whatever you're going for, that are going to catch your eye. A lot of people are going to smell nice. They're going to present themselves in a way that you say, okay, this is interesting. But as you get to know them, you might take a little step back and say, this is not what I was looking for. This is not what I want. I don't like to waste my time. I don't, in case you didn't know that. I like to cut straight to the chase. I'm called blunt sometimes. I'm an honest person. So I didn't feel like wasting my time getting to know her. So it's just like, look, I haven't seen enough of your character. I know nothing about you. Yeah, you look good. Yeah, you're a boss athlete. Like, I'd pick her when we played volleyball. We'd pick a lady first. I'd pick her or her sister. If she worked early in the day, because she's a nurse, we're swapping. Look, I play to win, not for love. All right, being honest with you. I still do. I picked your sister yesterday. She didn't know that. But she works a 12-hour shift. If she works 12 hours, she's not on her game. Our sister doesn't work that many hours, so I pick her sister. If she didn't work, I'd pick her. Like, she was a really good athlete, but that wasn't what drew me to her. I was just like, oh, that's cool. It was when I got to hear stories of her love for serving people. When I got to experience her character, I was just kind of like, all right. When I went to the beach, and I'm sitting chilling by myself because I have no problem being by myself, hanging outside. Everybody knows that, who knows me. This girl didn't know me. She came up and sat next to me. She felt bad for me. Thought I was lonely. Maybe I am. Maybe she still feels bad. I don't know. But I told her way later, I said, why did you come sit next to me, he's like, I thought you were lonely. I'm a loner. Like, I actually try and get away from people, and people come up and talk to me. Like, last time I went fishing, I was under bushes. I was sitting under bushes. This guy walks up. Hey, how's it going? I'm like 50 yards from my rods, and I'm thinking, I must know this person. So I put on my Akil face, like, hey man, how's it going? Good to see you. How's everything going? I'm talking to him, I realize probably 30 seconds in, who are you? Like, I don't know. So I get up from my chair, I start talking to him. We stayed 45 minutes. I learned this entire guy's life story. Never met him. I asked him later on, I was like, hey, why did you come talk to me? You look friendly. My face was covered with I'm not trying to get any more tan. I've already got a fishing tan right here. How do I look friendly? I'm fine. But she thought, hey, you know what? He's lonely. He needs somebody to talk to him. And so we chatted, we dialogued. And I got to see a different side of her than just, okay, what she shows up looking like. And by the way, she'd come to volleyball with no makeup on. And I was like, hello. This is nice. I found her really beautiful. But more than her physical beauty, I got to know the character side of her, and I realized this is somebody who really cares about God. This is somebody who doesn't just care about God. Let's be honest, let's be real for a moment. We're real people here. There are a lot of people who love God, who care about God, who don't care about the people around them. They say, you know what, I'm a Christian, and I'm saved, I'm redeemed, yea, I'm covered in grace. And they say, you know what, I don't care enough to help you to understand who Christ is. I don't care enough to go out and serve. I don't care enough to get out into my community. She's not one of those people. So as I got to know her, I realized, you know what? She's a pretty cool person. And I wasn't thinking like I want to marry this person, but I was like, I'd like to get to know her more. So I invited her mom out to, like, we would all go out to eat, right? So I invited her mom and other people out to eat. And because she would want to go with her mom, she would come along. Y'all be smart. Get to know the mom first. Be smart. I'd invite them all out to eat, and we just hang out, we just talk, we dialogue. She always sat on the far end. That's okay though, she was still there. She showed up, right, guys? Hey, sometimes it takes just a little bit. She showed up. And over time, we got to know each other, and over time, I got to see more and more of who she is, and more of who she's chosen to love and serve. I'm more drawn to the Christ in this woman than anything else about her. Because she has her good days, she has her bad days. I have my good days and my bad days. And I have my catastrophic days, where nobody should talk to Akil Mims. Because he's vicious, and he's violent, and he's just mean. And those are days where I go home and watch Netflix and eat ice cream, because that's what I need to do. Yet in the midst of that, she still says, I want to stand beside you. Why? It's not because of what I look like. It's because of who I'm trying to serve. It's because of who I'm trying to love. See, what stands out and the people that I'm drawn to is the character of Christ. Because I understand that Christ's character came to serve and not be served. Jesus had it all. He's an eternal being, sitting on a throne. Yet he chose to condescend, to come down to earth, to set people free who never deserve his love, never deserve his freedom, never would earn it. That's the kind of God he is. That's the kind of Lord he is. And the people who truly understand that, who want to follow him and emulate him, are amazing people. You might not see it, because maybe you're not looking for it. But these are the people who love in a way that is unconditional. They serve in a way that makes you say, do you even care about yourself? They're kind, they're courteous, they're compassionate. They are people who are beyond what is normal for humanity, for philanthropy. And it's because they realize, you know what, it's not about this life. It's not about what I gain in this life. It's about pointing people to the fact that there is a God who handmade him, who created him, and said, you are loved, you are set apart, and you can be his. All you have to do is acknowledge him. That's what I'm drawn to in a person. And so this question is up here because I want you to think about, what is it that I look for in the person I'm drawn to? The person that you have a crush on right now, the person who's caught your eye, because somebody's probably caught your eye recently. If not, it's coming. What is it about them that's going to make you say in your mind, this is somebody worth going for? Or ladies, this is somebody worth allowing, hey, you know what, you can ask for a number if you want. I wouldn't mind. Make him work a little bit, just saying. You guys are gotten lazy. Because if it's something that's physical, it's not going to last long. Body's going to last long. I mean, you can get Botox, you can get plastic surgery. It all falls apart. It all decays. But what doesn't decay is the eternity that God has placed inside of us. What doesn't decay is the hope that we have in the resurrected King. So if you're focusing on, okay, you know, this person is really, really smart, And they make me feel like I can be somebody who's better than I am because they're smart and I'm not as smart as I should be, but I feel smart. I feel better around them. One day you're going to be somebody smarter than them. And then what happens? If that person says, you know what, I love you so much, and they give you the best hugs in the world, and the best foot rubs, and they always get you the right gifts, what happens when that person's at work? What happens when that person's gone? What happens when that person dies? Like, do you not feel loved anymore? Are you not special? Are you not cared for? No matter what a person can offer you, it's temporary. No matter what. So we need to look for something that is more than temporary, the people that we're drawn to. The people we want to associate ourselves with. If you're a Christ follower, if you're a Christian, it shouldn't be about, okay, you know what, who is right for me? It should be who's wrong for me. How do I know this is not the one? You don't want a project. You don't want somebody who's like, you know, I can fix them. I can point them to Jesus. Well, yeah, you're supposed to point people to Jesus, but understand that whatever you bring into a relationship, it's going to be amplified. Like if they don't know God, and they don't understand why you want to spend time reading the Word, they don't understand why you want to give away 10% of your income at minimum, there are going to be a lot of issues in that relationship. There's going to be a lot of problems, and it's going to cause a rift. It's going to pull you apart. But if you find somebody who says, you know what, I get it. You mess up. You struggle. You didn't hang the moon, and that's okay. You're going to fall short, and that's okay. You're going to forget what days at work, and that's okay. You're going to forget my favorite candy, and that's okay. What you're not going to forget is how much God loves you. What you're not going to forget is how God calls you to serve. What you're not going to forget is how God says, I want you to give everything you have to love those around you. It's to experience the love of God and love those around you. So I want you to really think about what stands out to me in the person I'm drawn to. Because so many of us will pursue the wrong person because we're pursuing the wrong things in that person.